says, he's having a brilliant season. Even when Real Madrid have been a bit rocky at the back, if they've made defensive mistakes, he's stepped up and really dug them out.
Definitely, and he's been a player that they've wanted to blame in the past for mistakes, but now he's performing well. He's standing up to the task. He's become a man, really, hasn't he, in that team, and all that experience that he's got. No, there's going to be big things ahead now for this Real Madrid team. I'm pretty certain of that.
Yeah, Real Madrid will be hoping the Super Cup is a springboard for more success to come. They are about to be crowned the Super Cup champions after beating Athletic Bilbao by 2-0. And we're going to go back to Steve McManaman and Ian Dark for the medal ceremony and trophy presentation.
Yes, the presentation party are on their way out as Real Madrid pick up their first silverware in quite a while. They did not win a trophy last season for the first time since the 2009-10 season. So this will be very welcome, and I think it's indicative too of how hungry and how intense this squad are to really have a big season, and not only in this competition, Steve.
Yeah, they're sitting pretty at the top of La Liga, as we know. They'll certainly want to do that, still involved in the Copa del Rey. Lovely mural there, I think it's Luka Modric. I think he must have been given man of the match. See one of the local gentlemen painting it with the football boot and ink, very artistic. There he is, 36 years old, still going strong, still dictating play, still winning man of the match awards.
Real Madrid winning the 38th edition of the Super Cup, only the third with this new 14 format. Second time it's been held in Saudi Arabia under a commercial deal done with the Spanish Football Federation. It has provided pretty good entertainment though this week with the 3 matches. And you'd have to say most people thought Real Madrid would emerge victorious if they showed the kind of form they've been showing in La Liga, and that's the way that it's turned out in the end. They're only really recent setbacks, 1-0 defeat at their local rivals Getafe on January the 2nd, and being held to a draw at home by Cadiz, who are down near the foot of the table and who've just sacked their coach. Other than that, they've been winning just about all the way since late October. Next assignment is in the Copa del Rey against Elche, away from home. And then they play the same opposition in the league as well. Paris Saint-Germain awaiting in Paris. First leg of that round of 16 tonight, February the 15th, as the match officials, who had to make some quite important decisions there, as we've just been seeing as Lindsay and Joe and Martin went through them in the studio. Always controversial. Any retakes on what you thought at the time, Steve?
No, the second penalty had to be given. Goal-bound effort was going to go in the net, so Militao had to be sent off in that regard. I still didn't like the first penalty, to be honest.
It didn't look much like justice there. Maybe they've got a slightly different interpretation, yes, as Martin Keown was indicating in Spain. And I think in the Premier League it probably wouldn't have been given, because that would have been deemed a natural position for the action he was trying to undertake.
Yeah, I agree.
They have made it very complicated, of course, haven't we?
Haven't they just? Haven't they just?
With little tweaks all the time. What's been good about this competition is really that all 4 teams have come out here not with a sort of tepid approach to it. They've all badly wanted to win it. Yeah, I think that's been very apparent from the 3 matches we've watched.
Yeah. And the fact that it's held in the middle of the season when the Spanish have their so-called winter break, even though it's only a small time off. I think that, as you rightly said, the 4 teams are fit, they're well, there's no excuses, they've got everybody back. So that's why it differs from playing at the beginning of the season, the first games of the season.
It's been a big week for Nico Williams, the younger of the 2 brothers, as they pick up their runners-up medals. Most of these players were winners in this competition last year in fairly spectacular style as well against Barcelona. They certainly gave it a go, didn't they, in the second half? But they do lack a bit of firepower.
Yeah, they do. Raul Garcia, Ian, looked at the most dangerous, and of course he's the elderly gentleman in the side, isn't he? But he certainly put himself around. But they need to do that more. The Williams brothers are quick, they're powerful, you can see that, but they have to become more ruthless. Sunset looked okay in the first half, but again, just not in the right positions. It took Raul Garcia to put himself about in that second half to really force the issue. That's why they've only scored as many goals as Karim Benzema this year. It's easy to see. Good defensively, just don't score enough goals at the moment to get themselves up the table.
And that is something that the man you saw there, Marcelino, will be trying to sort out, because they will believe if they can go on a run in the second half of the season and get a bit more end product, they could force themselves into one of the top 4 positions in the league.
Yeah, definitely there this year for some teams, because of course Barcelona are way off the pace. Atletico Madrid struggling to a certain extent, so there's opportunities there.
That was an improved display Barcelona put up against Real Madrid the other night, which Xavi will draw some comfort from, though they were beaten 3 times.
Oh, they're only going to get better now, Ian, aren't they, Barcelona?
You would think so, once they get Ferran Torres properly fit, and you'd think he'd come up with a few goals. He's a pretty good marksman for Spain.
And also, once the crowds are back in, commercially they're going to earn more money, therefore they'll be able to spend more money, so they're only going to get better, Barcelona, under Xavi.
It would be an absolute nightmare for them if they did not make the top 4. Remember, they've already been knocked out of this season's Champions League at a pretty early stage and face a playoff with Napoli just to stay in the Europa League. There's Munayin posing with the consolation prize, as it were. Quite a few of their fans have made it to Riyadh to support the team out here. They play Barcelona, by the way, in the next round of the Copa del Rey, which is a tasty tie. And with home advantage as well at San Mamés, their wonderful stadium. Looks pretty pensive, doesn't he, Raul Garcia, whose penalty was saved by Thibaut Courtois. Carlo Ancelotti, it's all going pretty well for him on his return to Spain. +800 games he's coached in Europe's top 5 leagues. I think the phone will always be ringing for him as long as he wants to be a coach.
Yeah, definitely, Ian, definitely. Great coach, universally liked as a man as well.
There'll always be that hanging question: what job would he have done with Everton had he been able to stay? They were 10th last year. Whether he would have been able to develop things at that club. You'll have heard the news today that Rafa Benitez has been sacked by the Goodison Park club. Maybe poignantly on the day that Ancelotti picks up a trophy in his next job.
Oh, very apt, isn't it?
Well, this is the expectation, as you know only too well, for this club, to keep on winning things. Which you did, of course.
Yeah, when you walk around the corridors inside the Santiago Bernabeu, there's pictures of past teams lifting trophies, and the onus is on the next team to lift the next trophy, and you have to keep on doing it.
No pressure then?
No pressure at all. Di Stefano, Puskas, all looking down on you. You have to keep on recreating history when you wear this white shirt.
And about 20 pages in the paper every day, analysing every move, every player.
Yep.
Every breath everybody takes.
Yep.
But I think it's fair to say all those players there and all who preceded them, like Steve McManaman, have, treasured the experience. Of course, there are medals for everybody these days. It didn't always used to work out that way. They seem to be pretty limited in days gone by. Now, anybody who does anything at the club is rewarded with a medal. Marcelo has been up there on those rostrums once or twice in the past. And in just a moment, they can do their little jig of celebration. Now picking up this latest trophy, which I make it, if you include Super Cups, would be about the over 90 that they've won. 34 La Ligas, 19 Copa del Reys, 13 Champions League or European Cups, 2 UEFA Cups, 4 UEFA Super Cups, 4 Club World Cups, 3 Intercontinental Cups, and now 12 Spanish Super Cups. It's okay to be going on with, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
Marcelo is, as the club captain, gets that trophy. Might need a seat of its own on the plane by the look of that. And it means that Real Madrid are back in trophy-winning business after nothing last season. And they're fighting on all other fronts as well. Real Madrid will go home from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with the Super Cup trophy.
Thank you very much to Ian and Steve. Real Madrid winning their first trophy of the season. Athletic Bilbao beaten 2-0 out in Saudi Arabia, and Los Blancos will return to Spain with the trophy. Luka Modric and Karim Benzema with the goals this evening. And Real are the 2022 Super Cup champions for the 12th time. We'll have more reaction and analysis after the break with Joe Cole and Martin Keown. Carlo Ancelotti returning to Real Madrid, and he's delivered some silverware already as they have secured the 2022 Super Cup.